Yo, what's good YouTube, it's boardzy, and this is going to be a quick video sharing my thoughts on the Pulsar X2F after a few days of use. This is a very confusing release. As many of you know, they sent out this beta prototype version out to like hundreds of people, many reviewers earlier in the year. And the general point of my review was a lot needed to change, but I saw the potential. And when I got this, I noticed pretty much nothing changed, except for the material. It went from whatever the 60-40 carbon composite was to a nylon and ABS blend, so there's no longer any exotic material premium, if you deem that to even be like a thing, and it still weighs in for this small mouse with the back cut out at 39 grams, which is a gram or two heavier than the Crazy Light, which is obviously a full-size mouse. And yeah, that alone is just so confusing because they call this a mouse beyond limits. They use the word bold like 8 times in the marketing material, but this is, it just, I'm not going to say it feels dense, but it does not feel like a better weight than a ULX, the Crazy Light even. G-Wolves has plastic mice, full-sized, claw grip accommodating shapes in the low 30-gram range. Obviously, something like the Fenrir is 21 grams, way smaller, more of what people think of when they hear fingertip mouse. So maybe that's like the boldness was playing it safe and just kind of having a wider, safer, heavier fingertip option. Yeah, I'm not just trying to clown on the X2F, but it is a mouse that fundamentally does not make sense to me. Like, why? If you're going to cut off the backside of a mouse, surely that should make it lighter. And if you're going to make it like around the 40-gram weight, which we already have like many small fingertippable shapes that are around that weight or lighter, I just don't see the purpose of this. Like, yes, this is a fingertip mouse that offers better side button access, like a normal size scroll wheel, compared to something like G-Wolves. But I feel like if you are bought into this like fingertip mouse philosophy, you're willing to make those sacrifices. And if you're not, like, why not just use a full-size mouse where you have, like, I guess you're paying for the privilege of never being able to like slip back into a claw grip. But yeah, I guess part of my confusion, disappointment, whatever you want to call it, is that Pulsar did say during the beta process they were capable of getting the X2F under 30 grams. And I was expecting, honestly, something in the low 30s considering the full-size buttons. I don't expect them to match or like go lighter than G-Wolves, but some type of lighter, just, I guess, less dense plastic, maybe take advantage of using the PCB as sidewall support. If I can use carbon rods, like, just use that would have been bold. This, I cannot call it a bold feeling fingertip mouse. The quality does feel fine in terms of like structural integrity, really no issues. I mean, I guess there's like minor click wobble, but yeah, the clicks are Huano blue shell pink dots. I do think these, they have loosened up a bit, so maybe they will continue to, but the first click is definitely a little bit stiff. I do click towards the back of these just due to how the shape is designed. And yeah, these just don't have an implementation similar to like Vaxi's Huanos where they're super like bouncy. There is some type of like stiffness and not the quickest rebound. I would say they're just a bit too heavy for a fingertip mouse, which is something I complained about on the beta unit, and it's just a very similar implementation. Honestly, aside from the like making the base flat and changing up the material, I don't know what changed from the beta version. It's kind of insane. But I do understand the public never had access to the beta version, and it's possible Pulsar just wanted to pretty much move forward with it. I didn't watch all the reviews. It's possible the feedback was very positive, but to me, I've learned that Pulsar, they release a ton of mice. I mean, I have like the Zywu, the 10s, the X-Light, Crazy Light, which I honestly like a lot more than the X2F on my desk right now. So Pulsar, they just have so many mice. Not everyone is going to be for you. I kind of look at this the same way as I look at the Feynman, which was their magnesium X-Light, where it's kind of a premium option, but I think there are other cheaper options in Pulsar's lineup that just kind of outclass it. But if you are looking for what is essentially just a chopped Pulsar X2 shape, then the X2F, I mean, it's not the worst mouse I've used. I just think it could be so much more like innovative and interesting. And it seems like, I don't know, Pulsar just decided to just release what they had. I don't understand like how the conclusion could be anything else. I'm not going to sip the Kool-Aid, so to speak. And some people may get conspiratorial. They're like, oh, I have a Crazy Light coming out, so I'm going to slander the X2F, but I would just say watch my original review on the beta. Like, I said the exact same thing then, except I was expecting changes to be made. So now that the changes haven't been made, I don't really know what to say. There's no issue regarding the sensor implementation. They do even have a turbo mode now, or the sensor positioning, and the mouse, it really feels fine. It just doesn't feel like it abides by Rocket Jump Ninja's principles for like super low button height, thin grip width, and the lightest possible weight. Just the distribution on some other mice for fingertip does feel nicer. So I don't know what to say. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe there is a large market of people who want something exactly like this. Yeah, obviously I didn't buy into this notion of fingertip control. I think if you do want more control on a small light mouse, use controlled skates, use a control pad. I don't know if making the mouse heavier is the right solution, but maybe it is. So yeah, that's really all I have to say for this video. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. It's obviously a no-go for me and not something I'm going to be using much in the future, but I won't say it's an awful design. I just do think it would be objectively better if the weight was lower and the clicks were a bit lighter. In terms of side button accessibility, it's honestly pretty much as good as the X2 Mini is for fingertip. But yeah, just all around, I can't say I was thoroughly shocked in a positive way. But yeah, anything you guys want to say, let me know. Peace out.